If you're a business owner who relies on a steady, predictable stream of incoming calls to keep the lights on and the trucks rolling, you need to pay very, very close attention to what we're covering today.
Here is the blunt, unvarnished reality. Google is killing local service ads. Yeah, you heard me right. So many businesses have absolutely come to rely on them for customer acquisition. I mean, they've always been way easier to manage than standard Google ads, right? They offer this super simple interface that business owners frankly love. But Google has decided to officially discontinue offering local service ads as a standalone service.
Starting in late 2026, the standalone local service ads dashboard that you are so used to logging into will be entirely discontinued. And we're not just talking about a minor interface update here or a tiny little tweak to the algorithm. No, this is a complete shutdown of the LSA dashboard as we know it.
So, what exactly is taking its place? Well, local service ads are being replaced with what they call pay-per-call Performance Max campaigns. Let me tell you, this is one of the largest and most significant changes Google has made to their ad platforms in years. Going forward, your lead generation is going to be managed entirely from the main Google Ads dashboard. And if you aren't familiar with Performance Max just yet, it's essentially Google's massive, multi-channel automated system. It is a highly complex beast designed to serve ads across Google's entire network. It relies heavily on machine learning and artificial intelligence.
As we look at the shifting landscape of your advertising ecosystem, it's really vital to understand exactly what is surviving this transition and what is being totally upended. Fortunately, some of the core elements do stay the same. You'll still be allowed to use the pay-per-call billing model, meaning you're still paying for actual phone calls rather than just random website clicks. And just like before, there are no direct keywords you need to manage. But almost everything else about how you command your ecosystem is changing. The dedicated dashboards you log into every day, how your budgets are structurally managed, and exactly how your bidding strategies operate, all of that is being completely overhauled.
Moving forward, the day-to-day operational shift is going to feel drastically different. Under the old system, you had the flexibility of weekly budgets, right? That gave you some breathing room if a few days were a little slow. Well, with Performance Max, your budgets are going to convert to strict daily budgets, just like any other standard Google Ads campaign. Plus, you're moving from a system of manual cost per lead control straight into AI-controlled bidding. Think of this update kind of like keeping your trusty business car, but suddenly being forced to hand the steering wheel completely over to Google's AI.
So the absolutely crucial point here is this specific change. You will no longer be able to manually set a maximum cost per lead for individual services. This fundamentally alters how you manage your profitability. Let's look at an example. Say you run a plumbing business. Replacing a water heater, that's a highly profitable, high-margin service, right? You'd happily pay a premium for that lead. Fixing a leaky faucet, on the other hand, is a low-margin service where you really need strict low caps on what you pay to acquire that customer. Well, under this new system, you completely lose the manual bidding control that allows you to differentiate between those two jobs. Google's AI is going to decide what you pay.
On top of that loss of bidding control, pay-per-call Performance Max campaigns won't use keywords at all. Instead, Google's AI takes over the targeting completely. It bases its decisions solely on the broad categories of services you offer. Think about it. What if it focuses all your daily budget on a service you actively want to de-emphasize?
All right, we've identified the incoming storm, but now it's time to pivot. Let's empower your business. Here are the explicit, step-by-step actions you need to start executing immediately so you can shift your posture from, reactive to proactive strategy. First up, you must download your historical data right now before it's deleted. You have to preserve your insights into those seasonal trends and cost metrics. Second, you've got to prepare for campaign consolidation. And third, you absolutely must diversify your lead sources so your entire business doesn't hinge on just a single, ever-changing algorithm.
Because of this massive loss of control, you simply cannot afford to have all your eggs in the local service ads basket during this shutdown. You need to begin relying on additional lead sources immediately to build a safety net. What does that mean? Well, it means investing in organic local SEO so you show up in the map pack without having to pay for clicks. It means experimenting with traditional search campaigns, or maybe leveraging local social media ads to capture community attention. You must test these new campaign types today and meticulously evaluate their performance metrics. Diversifying your lead generation pipeline right now is the absolute only way to cover any potential revenue gaps during what is surely going to be a highly chaotic transition period.
Now, the really good news here is that you absolutely do not have to navigate this complex, high-stakes transition all by yourself. If you currently use local service ads for your business, the time to act is right now. You need expert guidance to build a custom roadmap for this transition. A Perfect Click advertising expert can step in today to properly audit and export all your current LSA data before it just disappears forever. They can help implement proven strategies to mitigate that sudden loss of manual bidding control, and above all else, they will fiercely protect your lead generation pipeline.
I want to leave you with this final, kind of provocative thought. The digital landscape is literally shifting right under our feet as we speak. You know the changes are coming, and you now know exactly what you stand to lose if you just sit back and do nothing. So what's it going to be? Will your business be left behind, clinging to an old dashboard that is destined to disappear? Or will you evolve, adapt, and secure your future growth? That choice is entirely yours. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.